What brought you back to television?
Well, really, my husband convinced me to do it. He was writing it, and he's one of the creators of the show, and he was writing it and saying, I think I'm writing a part for you, and I was like, well, I'm busy. I'm doing something else, but he convinced me.
The great aspects about the show is it explores what image means in this day and age. You have been a fashion icon for decades. I was wondering what it does, what kind of conversations do you have with your kids about what style and fashion mean and what place they play in life?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I don't think it's something that we talk about seriously that often, but sometimes I tease them, and like I have a 15-year-old daughter who's, sometimes criticizes my outfits, and I say, well, Apple, I'm a fashion icon, okay? So, and then she rolls her eyes at me.
The other thing I loved about this series is it encourages people to find their voice.
Yes.
Not only with the Me Too movement, but throughout your life, you've spoken strongly on issues. Have you always heard yourself clearly? Was there something that prompted you to say, I've got to speak out?
I think that I've come to hear myself more clearly as I've grown up more. I think when I was in my 20s, I think I was more of a pleaser, and I think as I've come into my 40s, I've become much more outspoken, which I think is a good thing. I think women should really speak up.
I agree with you. Your character paints to express herself.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what you do to express yourself outside of your many artistic endeavors. What do you do to relax?
On the weekends, I love to cook to relax. It really relaxes me because it takes my mind off everything else. So on the weekends, I like to cook for my kids and my family and sleep late, and I like to do yoga and then just like lay around the house, very lazy.
Favorite dish?
Right now what I'm making a lot, because everybody eats different things, is like I'm doing kind of poke bowls where I do some rice and a lot different toppings and some salmon and different sauces, and then all the kids can make their own bowl.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.